Hello, everyone, and welcome to Spirit Talk. I'm your host, Ashyn, and today it's Sunday, so I have a special inspired message for you. I'm using 3 different decks from Doreen Virtue, and they are Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, and Archangel Raphael. Now, I didn't mix the decks together. I have them all separate. But if you wanted to mix them, it would be so wonderful. In fact, I do that quite often when I'm doing my readings. Now, if you came to visit me, you would notice that I have a deck of cards when you walk into my entryway. That would be a great mix to have, these 3 archangels mixed together, and I'll fan them out across so that when someone comes to visit or when you're going through your day, you kind of just pick a card. And I know I've talked about that before, but I find that even the people that come into the house to do work on the house now, they're picking one too. It's just about sharing that love and that knowledge, right? Okay, so I'm going to pick from Archangel Raphael first. So I'm just going to pick up the deck and just kind of pull through them to see what's piquing my interest. So I have these 2 cards, and I have a keep going card. You know, no matter how things are going, you have to keep going for them to get better. I know sometimes we have something happen and it's so devastating and terrible that it can stop you in your tracks. And of course, there's a time for mourning. There's a time to be upset. There's a time to be angry. That God doesn't expect us to stop being human just because we're trying to live spiritual lives. But we don't want to get stuck in that one spot. We don't want to have that devastating blow and then we stay there. And sometimes it can be a little thing. You know, sometimes it is those littler things that we don't notice we're standing still. Maybe something happened. Maybe someone hurt your feelings and you don't even notice that you stopped doing something or you stayed still in an area of your life. So this card is saying keep going, but I also feel like I'm reaching through to someone who maybe someone hurt your feelings in a certain area of your life and now you've stepped away completely. And this is Spirit's way of saying, let's get that moving again. It may be something you didn't even notice. Use the energy of any disappointments to fuel your creative project with authentic emotion. And now what comes next? It says a creative expression. And this other card's talking about the creativity there too. A creative project with authentic emotion. Now this is saying creative expression. Now I've really been working all kinds of creative things lately. I don't know, there's just something creative going on. I've caught the bug. So I'm working on all kinds of fun projects and crafts and all kinds of things that I've been wanting to do for years, and I'm finally doing them, from painting and sculpting to playing my piano again. I mean, the list is unending. Now this is saying God's divine creativity is expressed through your actions. And it's so true. Sometimes when we're a little stagnant or stale or we're not really feeling what we're supposed to do next, just by getting a simple creative outlet, and it could be anything, get creative, can be that reconnection to God. And that's the invocation that's coming through from Archangel Gabriel. Now let's move on to Archangel Raphael deck. And again, I'm just going to kind of peel through. I think that top one is calling our name. And I'm going to grab this one right here. And it says, call upon Archangel Raphael for help. I was just speaking to someone yesterday, and they actually told me that they didn't ask God for things, that they didn't do that. And you know what? We have not sometimes because we ask not. Is it holy to ask? Well, is it holy to not ask? I think that God has created so many different ways of helping us, whether it's other human beings that come across our path, or angels, or our guides, or teachers, even TV programs. God's going to use what he can to speak to you. Spirit is going to find a way to connect. And what this card is saying, to call upon Archangel Raphael for help. So perhaps you're not feeling well. Perhaps there's something going on in your system or in your family, or that you need that healing touch. So please ask for Archangel Raphael. And it says, Dear Archangel Raphael, I ask for your healing help with, fill in the blank there. Thank you for your divine healing intervention. Don't forget to thank. Even if you don't have the evidence of it happening, we still say thank you. The next one is home help. So we have Archangel Raphael touching in with home help. Let me show you this closely. He's really riding in on a horse to save you. You know, a lot of times we'll see Archangel Michael in this depiction. But when it comes to our health and how we're feeling, when I'm having a bad health day, I would love to see Archangel Raphael come riding in on his big horse to save the day and help me feel better. That's for sure. And this card is coming in that's saying, I'm going to help you with your home. And it says, Dear God and Archangel Raphael, thank you for giving me the courage to ask for and accept help from you, the angels, and others in matters regarding my family and home. This is backing up what this just said about ask Archangel Raphael for help. And for those who are in a home life situation, this may not be in your home, but you know, home life is our homes and our families, our friends, those who we want to invite into our home, especially if you have a broken home situation. Perhaps you're estranged from someone in your family. And this is Archangel Raphael saying, I want to help. And I've told you twice now. So please invoke that heavenly help. And the final deck we're going to use today is that Archangel Michael deck. And I'm going to just piece through these. That top one is calling me too on this one. And where am I? In between these two cards. Well, let's just bring them both out. The first card is honor and trust your feelings. You know, sometimes we stuff down our feelings. Sometimes we stuff them down to the point that we get into that anger stage. And then we feel terrible for blowing up and acting inappropriately. And the truth is that it probably started way before because we're not really, you know, honoring our true feelings. Maybe there's something going on and you didn't say, hey, I don't like it when you do that. I feel this way. You know, if it's something little, like, you know, sometimes when my kids are home, they don't always put their dish in the sink into the dishwasher, right? And if they do it over and over, maybe now the whole sink is full and now I'm really angry and maybe I'm yelling about something totally else. And the truth is, at the beginning of it was, could you just take your one dish and keep up with that? Now, that's a very small example, and truly, I'm not going to go sit in a corner, you know, mourning the fact that my kids aren't rinsing their dishes and putting them in the dishwasher all the time. Hey, I'm not perfect with that either. But I'm trying to give examples because I feel that there's so many times that we are devastatingly upset about some big major issues, but underneath it all is that small, tiny part that if you were honest and were forthright about that one little thing that you kept saying, it's okay, it's okay, that's okay. If you find yourself saying that's okay and it's okay several times through the week, there must be something that you have to head on deal with and see what you can do to bridge the gap and make the change. Okay, so honor and trust your feelings. Now I'm curious what the next two cards are. I love this. This is so great. I know why I couldn't decide between these two cards. So we have an honor and trust your feelings from Archangel Michael. And the next one that comes in is your inner guidance. Your inner guidance is real and trustworthy. Trust your gut. Trust your guidance. You know, sometimes, especially in my position and in my field, I will tell the family, hey, we shouldn't do this, or we shouldn't do this today, or we shouldn't do that today, or hey, let's do this instead. I mean, you know, everyone could be like, but we wanted to go to the park today. It's the perfect day. And I'll say, not supposed to do it. And we'll find out that maybe the road was closed, the park got closed, it ended up thunderstorming in the area we're going to drive to. Again, these are very small and light examples, but I don't want to get into big, deep things on these videos. I want to talk to you and get you to understand what I'm trying to say. So, trust your gut, trust your inner feelings. And like I said, you could have a whole carload of people saying, this guy is the right guy for you. Why don't you stay in a relationship with him? Why are you messing this up? Well, maybe you're not messing it up. Maybe there's something true. You got to trust yourself. This is coming in really strong, guys. And the last one is admit the truth to yourself and act accordingly. So we've got a lot of this trust your inner feelings, let your inner guidance be real and trustworthy, and admit it to yourself. We all know someone who isn't being honest with themselves about something and just doing what they need to do. And if you can see that in others, there's probably something in your own. So, with the help of Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, and Archangel Gabriel, and all in spirit, have a great and blessed day. And until next time, mwah, bye-bye.